Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Travis Houston. Standing alongside me is Lord Andy Coyne, and this is the Cage War post-show recap. What a night.
Absolutely a fantastic evening, an incredibly stacked card. First up, Adam Brooks would go head-to-head with Mike Burr. And we had a very special guest at ringside, namely Mike Burr's baby boy. What a wonderful moment for little Emmett. But Adam Brooks would use this for his psychological advantage, assaulting Emmett's father, Mike Burr, right in front of his own baby boy. And it was Adam Brooks picking up the victory. Next up would be a battle of ideologies when the Brat Pack took on the ultimate gentleman here in Melbourne City Wrestling in the form of Man United.
There was a new element to the Brat Pack, and they brought out Eevee. And just when we thought Man United had the match won with the man down, it was Eevee who got the cheap advantage with the air horn, and it was the Brat Pack walking out victorious tonight. But that wasn't enough for these two punks. Nick Berry with a cheap coward punch from behind after the match. Someone has to teach these two kids some respect. Well, Andy, it was a packed card here tonight at Cage Warfare, but there was one match that I have been looking forward to, and it is that scumbag Hawco against Erica Reed. And I thought Hawco was going to get the beating of his life, but that wasn't exactly what happened, Andy.
No, I mean, it started off great for us getting to watch that third-tier commentator get his arse handed to him. However, we would see a shocking development when it turns out that Hawco actually had a girlfriend this entire time.
And not just any girlfriend, it was Vixen.
Vixen, possibly one of the most dominating, hardcore, heavyweight female wrestlers in all of Australasia. And she's back in MCW. Since coming back to Melbourne City Wrestling, Crackerjack has brought Lockie Hendricks to his side under the guise of being his mentor. And unfortunately, Lockie has been sucked into Crackerjack's personal psychological war against Preston and Payne.
Well, when I saw this match on paper, I knew this was going to be a violent fight, and it was exactly that, Andy. This match had a little bit of everything. We had barbed wire wrapped around the leg of Payne as he delivered knees to the back of Crackerjack. But the story to take out of this match, when a spear was going to put Lockie Hendricks straight through the table in the corner, Crackerjack showing that he in fact does care for Lockie Hendricks. He took the bullet for Lockie Hendricks here tonight, and Crackerjack saying, you know what, Lockie, you are more than a protege to me, you are my partner. There was an announcement about a month ago of a new debutant here at Melbourne City Wrestling, as we had Jake Andrew Arthur, a former Australian Olympian in judo, debut here at Melbourne City Wrestling. We were wondering, how would that translate? What would be the crossover between judo and pro wrestling? But he made a statement here tonight.
Absolutely. Jake Andrew Arthur absolutely dominated in his debut. I mean, the question was, can a man who dominated in judo really make a success here in professional wrestling? I think Jake is the man who can. But then, after the match, it would be Ali, a man who just last month came to the ring and told Jake Andrew Arthur that you are not welcome in Melbourne City Wrestling. And it looks like that Ali's mission to build his one-man estate is going to continue, and it's going to continue at the expense of Jake Andrew Arthur. For several months, Kellyanne has been dominating across all of Melbourne City Wrestling, and the woman who she defeated to start that row of dominance was one Eevee. Eevee would go on to leave Melbourne City Wrestling for a little while to regroup, and that would result in the match that we saw here tonight between Kellyanne and Eevee. And it was Kellyanne's raw, unadulterated brute power with Eevee's speed and lethal kicks.
At the end of the night, it was Eevee's feet too much for the hard-hitting style of Kellyanne, walking out victorious here at Cage Warfare. Well, it was the match that was in the heading of this event, the Caged Warfare match. One of the most important matches in Melbourne City Wrestling's history, as Team MCW would take on the mighty Don't Kneel. But the night didn't start off the way we were hoping. Minutes before me and Andy came out to introduce the show, Elliot Sexton was attacked, and we didn't know if Elliot Sexton was going to be fit to compete in this match.
Now, with cage warfare, it starts with a member of each team starting in the cage. Every 2 minutes, a new member would join the cage. Elliot Sexton was scheduled to join the cage last, so he had all the time of the match to make it to the cage. But when Elliot Sexton's music hit, Elliot Sexton did not make it to the cage. And it looked like that the mighty Don't Kneel were just going to run roughshod. They absolutely dominated Dowie James, JXT, Mr. Juicy. But then Elliot Sexton's music hit one more time, and the Melbourne City Wrestling heavyweight champion walked out. And I have never seen a man so angry in all my life.
Well, Elliot Sexton tonight threw away all the doubt of what team he was with, and he got the victory with the jackhammer in the middle of the ring. Team MCW getting the win, and finally, the war is over. The mighty Don't Kneel are out of Melbourne City Wrestling.
Absolutely.
What the hell are you guys talking about? We're still MCW Tag Team Champions. We ain't going anywhere. I've still got a contract. We've still got a contract. We'll see you October 7th and 8th.
Well, on behalf of Melbourne City Wrestling, I'm Travis Houston.
And I'm Lord Andy Coyne, and we'll see you at the 6th anniversary Extravaganza.